Let's begin, shall we? Alright, first we're gonna do it, like, press play. Okay, now where we left off is its office, so, right here. So we're gonna, like I said in the introductory video, which I haven't gotten around to uploading yet, so we've got the footprints here. Now I hadn't caught you up on everything, so this is basically the inventory, and where I have, right here, this is the cursor, you'll see is the cursor is the scroll, is the quill pen, or the old-fashioned ink pen, you know, like some parents would often like to see. And now we've got the menu here and the hint jar. It's full of blood, as you'll notice, but in this instance, it'll help provide a hint to what is going on. So I'm just gonna click that, and it'll provide a gun target show for what's going on here. And right here, the shelf is too high to reach, so we're just going to use a stool. Here it is. So we just place the stool over to the shelf so we can climb up onto the bookshelf and click the typewriter ribbons. Okay, so we found that, and we're just going to use that. So now we've got this, and we're going to head right back into the office. And here we go, and here we go, the typewriter. Now we just place the typewriter here on the ribbon. Okay, and now we're going to read Richard Castle's dialogue, which says, "She should be in working order. Now, if this won't break the spell, I don't know what will." Now, of course, when he means spell, he for what the typewriter is broken or not, so that's kind of a good thing going. Okay, so now as we see, we hear the phone ringing at several points. It says in several points in the game, you will receive phone calls from your other team members. Click here to answer the phone. Alright, so we're going to answer the phone, and oh, what do you know? It's Captain Beckett. Castle, where have you been? I haven't seen you around the precinct. For those of you who don't know or just starting out playing this game, precinct is just another word for a police station. It's a new fancy word of saying it. So now we're just going to click on the conversation, it'll just move along. So we now have Castle. He says, don't ask. Let's just say I'm struggling with some domestic issues, and now she's gonna think that he's got problems. But anyway, she'll say, "Well, I think I've got something to take your mind off your troubles. We've got a new case, and it's right up your alley." He said, "The press beat us to the scene, and I've already dubbed him the hardcover killer." He says, "Meet us at the Mako Energy Power Plant as soon as you can. You won't be disappointed." Well, we'll just see about that, and Castle will obviously be the judge of that. So we're just going to click this. Okay, so I may not have gotten around to telling you this, or probably missed it in the introductory video, but in the left-hand corner of the screen, we're going to see a map and a murder board. A murder board is, well, basically all the suspects of who we think may have committed the crime, but as we further into the game, we'll soon know the real identity of the real killer. So now we're just going to, this map icon is blinking, so we're just going to push that, and here we go. Whoa, this is a map of New York City and the entire area of where Lee Castle crew is. So now we're just going to click on this picture, which will lead us to the power plant. And if you'll notice in the corner of right over here, this is a police badge, which is a key icon for task. So that's part of the introduction. So we're just going to click on the power plant. And chapter 1. Self-explanatory here. So, here we go. This is Javier Esposito. He says, "Welcome to the freak show, guys. Does this scene look familiar?" And then, of course, we've got Detective Kevin Ryan that says, "Our killer stages the murder to look like a scene from Frankenstein. All that's missing is the green monster makeup. The victim is even holding a hardcover copy of the actual book." And of course, here he says, actually, Mary Shelley Castle will start explaining the technicalities of behind all this. So he'll start saying, actually, Mary Shelley's monster was created from human parts and would therefore have been flesh toned. The green skin was Hollywood's contribution to this literary classic. So, and many of you who don't know this already, but some actually say that the monster is just the monster was unnamed, and named Frankenstein was of course the doctor who created him. So they named him Frankenstein after the monster, after his creator. So that's kind of the way into this. And King Beckett, Captain Beckett, is now saying, "Thank you for the fascinating literature lesson, Castle." And of course, she's being sarcastic. Those of you who don't recognize the tone, you can just use your imagination for it. If you guys are done with your book club meeting, maybe we can get started on the investigation now. Oh, even though she doesn't talk in the game, you can tell by the dialogue that she is sassy. Alright, so we're just gonna see here. Here we go, and this is Laney, the coroner from the precinct. It says, I won't be able to examine him while there's a charge running through his body. I tried using the control panel to turn on the generator, but some fuses appear to be missing. And I think this is where we come in. Okay, it says, Castle and I will look for a way to turn off the generator. You just keep an eye on our victim. So, okay, now we're just gonna, so you just look around here, and this is the fuse. Here are the fuses and electrical wires to the generator that are powering the machine that keeping the victim charged. I can't examine the murder. If you keep clicking with the dialogue, it's saying, I can't examine the murder victim until you find a way to turn off the generator. Power to the generator. So we're just gonna follow. Here we go. The door is locked, so we're gonna examine all the areas of the room to see which can keep an eye out for us. And for those of you who play the I Spy, read books, or even played the computer game when you were younger, like I did, you'll know that this is a game where you have to look around the room, observe well your surroundings, so that way you can get a clear view of what is going on in this particular view. So we're just gonna click on the footprints and walk through this door, and let's see. Well, there appears to be a bulb missing from this light socket, so we're just gonna need to look around. The hallway is obviously too dark to see. So we're just gonna try. So we're gonna click the hint button again. So we're gonna walk out and over here to the generator. And, here we go. And then we use the oil can. Find the oil can. Okay. So we're gonna click exit out, and we just have to wait for the hint canister to refill before we can actually get another hit. So let's see, generator like this. Oil. Door is locked. Let's see. Now we just gotta figure out where it is. What's going on? And now we've taken the light bulb from the light socket. So now we can walk right back into this room and you install the light bulb. And as God said in the Bible, let there be light. Yes, that is good. That is very, very, very good. Okay, so now we've got all this, and we're just gonna we're moving the rag, and we found a clue. It appears to be somebody's wallet. And it's going right to the murder board. This wallet appears to belong to our victim. The driver's license inside says his name is Samuel Myers. Interesting. Did you say Samuel Myers? Castle, you knew him? And Castle says, yeah, he's a book critic down at the Daily Journal. He always gave my novels great reviews. You could say he was kind of a fan. So now we're just gonna click on the. Oh wait, never mind. It just gets Detective Ryan is saying, I've heard of him before. If I remember correctly, he has a tendency to give writers harsh reviews if he doesn't care for their work. Could he have made a few enemies that way? He says, well, it looks like we have an ID on our victim. Ryan and Esposito, you two swing by his place and see what you can find while Castle and I finish up here. Okay, so now is an arrow that's going to say, evidence will automatically be added to the murder board. Click here to examine this evidence and other information about the case. Okay, so we're just going to click on the murder board thing. And okay, now we've seen, now if we run our cursor over the victim picture, Samuel Myers, it says there'll be some general notes about him, like found dead at Mako Energy Power Plant. He was discovered by early morning shift employees, and the crime scene and body is altered to mimic the work of Dr. Frankenstein. And now that we have part of the evidence, we have the victim's wallet found at the crime scene. It was used to identify the victim and discover his home address. So now we have the oil can. So now all we need to do is just find a suspect.